Hi, my name is Marco. I'm a former opera singer turned voice actor. Today I'm going to be listening to Exec Metempsychosis from Tonelico 3. This was a request from my Patreon. I don't know anything about this piece, and I don't know anything about this game, so I'm really going into this with no sort of frame of reference whatsoever. So let's dive in. 'So I feel like we're dealing with some sort of cyborg. It almost sounds like the internet tone there, and the way that the rhythm and the structure of this is with the music. There's a melody here, but it's not necessarily very obvious. And some say, I'm making this up obviously, but there is a feeling of I think its intent is to put us on the edge of our seat a little bit. There is a sense of dis-ease that I hear when I feel this, and it feels like there's something non-human about this piece of music. There's something sort of cyborg-like about this, and it's interesting that there are 4 different voices, and I don't know if those represent different characters or not. I literally don't know anything about this. But it's a little distressing to listen to. Like, there are things about this that it doesn't like put one at ease to listen to this. But then with the didgeridoo, I also think that there's a sort of like exoticism that's occurring here, that it's basically we're dealing with something that's not necessarily human, and it's a bit otherworldly. Something interesting I noticed in there, it's like, it's saying like, it almost feels like it's talking. And just to connect that to something that I'm very well aware of, there's this thing called Sprechstimme, which is basically spoken singing. And essentially it's intoned speaking. And intoned speaking is when we say, hello, my name is Marco. I'm reviewing this song from Tonelico 3. That's intoned speech. And it's used for a variety of reasons. It's used sometimes, mostly in there's a school, the second Viennese school. It reminds me a lot of Sprechstimme. The example I have that's closest in my mind right now is Pierrot Lunaire by Schoenberg, which is part of that second Viennese school. He sort of kind of threw melody to the wind and sort of started 12-tone rows. He started his own sort of musical language, basically, with the second Viennese school, which consisted of Schoenberg, Bern, and Webern. And these guys were just doing their own thing. And in a lot of ways, Sprechstimme is intoned speech. And usually it's to create a sense of disease, a sense of sort of uncomfortableness. And I think in some ways this ties in a little bit to this piece, because it feels like there is two sections here. One is a bit of a melody, and it's almost like this character is like, I don't know, I'm making this up, but trying to become human, or there's a sense of wanting something that can't be had. And I find it interesting that in this section, you heard it, there's intoned singing, intoned speaking. And it's, again, I think it's to pull us away from humanity, perhaps, and to make us feel as though we're under dire circumstances or under great duress. Huh. That is fascinating. It's also kind of curious that there is really quite a bit of disjointedness here. It doesn't make us feel comfortable. It's the didgeridoo, again, adds this sort of otherworldly exoticness to it, but it does feel like some sort of primal chant, some sort of tribal chant, some sort of like a roll call or a rallying cry. That is intense. I mean, it feels like a war cry. It feels like preparing for battle. It feels like wanting something that can't be had. It's cacophonous. There's so much happening at one time, and because there's no real melody besides a da 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 da, and then we have the drums moving us forward, we can't really latch onto this, and I don't think the intent is to latch onto it. The intent is to feel discomfort. This piece is very interesting. It definitely sounds chanted. It's like very pointed in the mask. It sounds like a scream, or like war, putting on war paint or something. That's the vibe I get. Crazy. Wow. Well, thank you for that request. Definitely, I learned something new today. That was a wild ride. That's a tough one to figure out. Anyway, as always, thank you so much. If you want to join the Patreon, feel free to do so. There's never any pressure. It helps me out and it helps the channel out. And feel free to join the community Discord. Really, really excited about what we're building there. And yeah, thank you so much as always, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.